Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're seeing me for the first time, then I am Samik Vista and I make videos related to NCLEX and also some other random videos. And in this today's series, I've come across making this video which is quite common among all the NCLEX past nurses. And from the video title, I guess you've already known what I'll be talking about today. So this video is all about retrogression, US visa bulletin, priority date, and my prediction on what may happen in coming fiscal year. I intended to make this video since I found many nurses being confused about retrogression things and why does it happen, how one can know if their priority date is current. So yes, I'll be talking about all this. So without further ado, let's get started. Normally, after you pass NCLEX and sign the contract with the hiring agency or the hospital, your agency will file your I-140, and from the I-140 filing you will get your priority date. And if your priority date is current, then you can proceed further and schedule for your visa interview. This is the normal phenomena, or generally what happens. To know when our priority date is current, we have to log in through this site and gain or know knowledge about the US visa bulletin, which is released every month. Visa bulletin shows either forward or no move or backward movement of the final action date, which means also the priority date. And if your priority date is within the released month or time, then you can process further. For instance, if your priority date is Jan 1, 2023 and the visa bulletin shows that the final action date is Jan 15, 2023, then it means you can proceed further as your priority date is current. So it is normally how it works, as there are different categories, EB1, EB2, EB3 and so on, and similarly the family based category in visa bulletin. So for us, particularly NCLEX past nurses who intend to move to US and work there, we have to watch through EB3, employment based 3 category, which is related to the skilled worker. It was all about how it works in a normal process or smoothly if there was no retrogression or anything else. Now let's talk what happens in the retrogression. Every fiscal year, United States releases its allocated number of visa in each category, and when the application or the applicants exceeds the allocated visa in certain category, retrogression happens in order to balance. So instead of moving forward the current date or the final action date, it goes back and moves backward, and every applicant has to wait for a certain period of time. It may be either months or even years. That was the basic about retrogression things. Hope you had some idea about this. Now let's go on the overview of previous fiscal year and the prediction of coming fiscal year. Here, let me review what has happened in previous fiscal year 2023 to 2024. In United States, generally fiscal year begins from October and lasts till September. So last year fiscal year was from 2023 October to 2024 September. In the tabular form, you can see the month in which visa bulletin was released corresponding to the final action date or the priority date. Similarly, we can also see the movement of final action date, either forward, no move or backward. I've also added the reference for each month visa bulletin so that you can go and browse it and have a detailed knowledge. Now let's talk in details about each month's movement. In October 23, there was movement by 19 months, being 1 December 21 as the priority date. But talking about November and December 23, there was no movement as shown in the graph. And with little rise in hope, Jan 24 visa bulletin showed movement by 8 months, being 1 August 2022 as the priority date. It increased by 1 month and 8 days, respectively, in February and March 2024, being 8 September 22 as the current priority date, which was in inclining trend. And further, the final action date continued to move and became 22 November 2022 in April 2024, which represented the movement by 3 months and was obviously a good news. Till now, the graph was in increasing trend and had given some hope to the nurses whose priority date was current or nearby. But then there was no movement in May and June 2024, and the priority date remained 2022 November 22 in both of the months. And the sad news, when the another fiscal year was approaching, the priority date or the final action date continued to move backward, and it was 1 December 2021 in the July, and in August it was also the same 1 December 2021, and finally in the last month of the fiscal year September 2024 it remained December 1 2020, and it moved backward by 12 months. And that's all for the last year fiscal year. And now, based on the movement which was shown in previous year, I've also presented the prediction for another year, that is 2024 to 2025. And I want to say that this is all based on the prediction of last year. The movement may or may not occur accordingly, and anything may happen. So what's your view on this? Don't forget to comment or mention here. As the visa bulletin for October 24 has already been released, and it showed movement by 24 months. That means the current priority date is 15 November 2022. So anyone nearby can schedule the visa interview and yes, finally go to or move to US. And talking about November and December 2024, there may not be any movement as per previous predictions or the moment. Besides that, when New Year, Jan 2025 will be approaching, there may be some movement. I have predicted here for by 8 months, and the priority date would be 15 July 2023, which would again give hopes for the nurses whose date are nearby or the current. And for February, there would be slight movement by 1 month. And again for March, there would be movement by 8 days as per previous movement. And for April, there would be movement by 3 months, being 15 October 2023 as the priority date. And for May 2025 and June 2025, there would be no movement, being the priority date as 15 October 2023. And for the last quarter 2025, there would be no movement, and it would also move backward like of previous fiscal year and would further retrogress to 1 or more years. All this is happening because of the increased number of applicants and limited number of visa allocated on the particular category. So I hope all the nurses whose priority dates are included here would get the chance for the visa interview and fulfill their dream on moving and working in the United States. So, and with the beginning of new fiscal year, the news would definitely be positive. So my best wishes for all the NCLEX past nurses. Now we come to the end of the video. I hope you have found this video helpful for you and to understand some basic concepts. If you have any confusion, feel free to ask and comment, and as well as don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video sooner. And all the best for all the unclassed past nurses who are eagerly waiting for their priority days to be current. Hope it will get sooner. So yes, till then, stay tuned. Bye bye.